Hello, my name is Carmen Bellos. I'm a co-founder of The Great Lesser Known, a website that illuminates lesser-known artists in Middle Tennessee. Today I have the great pleasure of speaking with Samantha Ornellas. Hello, Samantha.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
No problem.
My first question is, I know that you're from South Africa, and I know that you've moved to the States. What brought you here to the United States?
Well, I met my husband in Cape Town, and we got married when I was 21. Shortly after that, he got signed to a record label in Nashville, and we've been here 14 years.
That's fantastic. And about you, how did you get interested in art?
Well, I was probably in the second grade when I realized that I could draw quite well. When I was in high school, my first year of high school, I had an amazing art teacher, and she fueled my love for art. I drew mainly to impress her, and that started my love affair with art. Someone gave me a book on the works of Salvador Dali, and that greatly influenced my style for a while.
Okay, so tell me, how has your career developed?
When we moved to the States, I really didn't have much time to paint. We had kids, and my husband was a musician, so we were on the road a lot. And then in 2011, we decided to be intentional with our time and our talents. So we made a resolution: I would paint a painting a month, and he would write a song a month. And that's really when my career started developing. So that was 6 years ago, and I've had to learn everything really from scratch. I've got books on how to draw and color. When I get stuck, I Google, been to a couple of workshops, asked other artists their opinion on things, and I feel like I want my body of work to look a certain way. And I don't feel like it's there yet. And when it is there, I think I will approach a gallery. But for now, I just sell through the internet, word of mouth, friends.
Oh, very good. Well, your work is beautiful. So so wherever you're trying to get to, for us, you seem to be well on your way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So what is your primary subject matter? I'm looking at all your different versions of art here, and so what's your primary subject?
I love painting children and animals that tell a story. I have a fetish for painting horses. My mom did the best job that she could as a single parent bringing me up, but life was still challenging as a kid for me. I was an anxious child, and so after school, I spent a lot of time at the stables, surrounding myself with horses, and I feel like that was therapy for me and got me through a lot of challenging times as a kid. So they feature a lot in my art.
Oh, so they give you good comfort.
Yes.
That's very nice. Tell me a little bit about your style.
My style has changed. As I grow as an artist, my style also grows. I was heavily influenced by surrealism when I first started painting. I'm moving towards more freer brush work and towards impressionistic realism. And if I could marry the two together, I think that would be my happy place.
Very good. And what has been your motivation and inspiration to do your art?
Creativity begets creativity. The more I paint, the more inspired I become, and ideas begin to flow. Spending time with other artists, looking at artists I admire and studying their pieces of work that attract me, and trying to figure out what makes that a good painting. Any creative process, highly creative process, is inspiring to me. Watching a chef create a beautiful plate of food, or a clothing designer take a piece of fabric and make a stunning garment from that, is inspiring to me. Reading scriptures is very inspiring to me. Spending time with other artists you know, that are doing well, that spurs me on. Yeah.
So what do you find most challenging about being an artist?
Well, I'm my own worst critic. So I will, in the creative process, you know, love what I'm doing, then I'll hate it. And, you know, I'll have so much self-doubt, I'll get depressed for weeks or days or whatever. And to try and just know that this is what I believe I'm called to do, and to stay on that path, not to give up, not to look at other artists and their work and get despondent because I know that, you know, that their talent is beyond what I have, but I have to just keep kind of with blinkers on, just, you know, day to day, just being faithful with being creative.
And you should.
Thank you.
I understand that you studied and painted with Igor Bablikov.
Yes.
How was that experience?
That was amazingly scary. He is a really, really well-known figurative painter. He paints for the Pope. And I'd never painted from life before, and got given this opportunity to go to his workshop, which was only 3 or 4 days long. And he stood behind us when we had to paint. It was terrifying, absolutely terrifying, but it was so inspiring to me. That was like definitely, when I look back, one of those moments in my art career that pushed me, like it just spurred me on and gave me a hunger for painting from life.
Fantastic. So it was well worth the experience.
Definitely.
Very good. Well, Samantha, thank you so much for giving us insight into your work and taking the time to speak with me. I did want to mention that Samantha has won several awards last year for her paintings.